Year of 53 by Geoffrey Marsh. I'll read you a poem about a medical class. It's not very long and the rhyming is crass. With Colville and Pledger and Lund and the rest, we assembled on Tyneside, intent on our best. The boys all came from diverse walks of life, swashbuckling pilots to grammar school louts. With Foster and Heaton, the Walkers and Fisher, no one would have thought we'd ever bond together. Now the girls were all lovely, but there weren't many of them. There were Marys and Thelma and Doris and Blossom. They were all prim and proper, at least when they started, though some were more experienced by the time we all parted. Anatomy first. It was quite a slog. We dissected those bodies from caput to clog. Alan Buchan's dad wheeled all the torsos about and kept us in order, did occasionally shout. Steel tables agleam, our heads bent right over, as we delved into mysteries of vagina or shoulder. The synapses were frequent. We passed and we failed. Borthwick, Oldfield and Nicholson had us very afraid. The clinicians were great, many Geordies among them. There was Nattrass, Henry Gorgeous, the Og and Gordon Irwin, and Onley and Walton and Dure getting ratty, Harvey Evers, Frank Stabler and dear old Natty. They taught us so well, and they taught us great lots, and humbled us often and made us feel clots. They all knew their stuff and tried on their rounds to instil us with knowledge so we'd earn future pounds. In surgery, in theatre, we spent many hours hauling retractors with keen student powers. Blood spurted as we dabbed and tried to control the arterial leakage of some poor old soul. When at Princess Mary's, we lived in a shed, got up for deliveries, then went back to bed. Midwives summoned us to Scotswood and Blaydon. By the time that we got there, the mothers had laid them. But it wasn't all work. Ace high, you remember. Every line of Mike's script was an absolute bender. The girls danced their legs off, the boys made grand speeches. 'Twas a show that tied up the audience in stitches. In sport, our year members were really a boil. There was Madgwick in football and Beatrice with foil, with Hay in the line-out in jumping position, and Crumpton to lift him, they crushed opposition. Electives these days are to Seychelles or Vietnam. We just went to Ashington, Sunderland, Hexham. Kevin Henderson and I took a tram right to Bensham and came across Ashby, a physician worth mention. He knew about bellies and all things gastric. He really was clever and very eclectic. He droned loud and long as he prodded the patients, but their groans were as nothing to his own eructations. There was Ridley and Milligan, Madgwick and Joe, and Little and Cashman and Buick and Lowe, all chaps now gone on to reunions ahead, perhaps in the blue skies, or am I misled? So here's to the year of dear 53. We're only the remnants, but as you can see, we're all hale and hearty as we swallow our pills, as we wend towards the place where there ain't no more ills.